Hi, boys and girls. I'm going to be reading you a story today. This story is a book that has a connection to one of my favorite Mem Fox books. If you're in my class, you hopefully remember which one I'm thinking of. But I will share the connection at the end to which Mem Fox books I connect it with. So I want you to sit back and relax and enjoy Maggie and the Pirate by Ezra Jack Keats. One neat thing about this book is that it has end pages, and the end pages I love to use it to help tell the story. And if you take a look inside of here, and move the jacket cover a little bit here, you can see the end pages has it looks like an island possibly. I wonder if that's going to be a clue. Think of pirates and islands. And the other one, the end page matches it. It's a little torn up. This was a book that's been very well loved from a library at one point in its life. All right, so let's look at the story, Maggie and the Pirate by Ezra Jack Keats. And Ezra Jack Keats was not only just the author, but he's also the illustrator of this book as well. Maggie and her parents lived in an old bus, which they made into a home. Maggie was feeding Nicky, her pet cricket, when her mother called from across the river. And there's Maggie and her cricket and Nicky. And look, there's the bus that her parents and her live in. They live in a bus. How cool is that? Maggie, come over, please. I need some things from the grocery. Okay, Ma, we'll be right there. Maggie paddled home. She hung Nicky's cage on a tree next to her house. Then she got her mother's shopping list and was off. Bye-bye, Nicky. Have a nice snooze, she called. Somebody hanging out by the trees. And there she is. Maggie going across back to the bus. On her way, she passed her friends. Hey, what a cage my pop built for Nicky, she yelled. Wow, are you lucky, called Paco. Can we see it? Sure, I'll pick you up on my way home, said Maggie. It's a pretty neat place to go shopping. Now, one thing I want to point out here real quick. We've got this person who's been watching Maggie. Maggie is all the way down here. And she's been talking with her friends. We're over here. On her way back, she picked up Paco and Katie. They helped her carry the groceries home. When they got to the tree, something was missing. The cage and Nicky were gone. Instead, there was a note. Pirates? Asked Katie. Yeah, who is the pirate? Paco asked. Maggie stared at the note in horror. And there's the note. There's Maggie and Paco. And there's the note. It says, the pirate was here. I wonder if that pirate is who was watching. Paco and Katie tried and tried to take her mind off Nicky, but it was no use. I miss Nicky, Maggie sighed. And that pirate, he won't know what to feed him. Nicky might starve. Maggie began tacking up signs. What's so special about a cricket anyway? Asked Katie. I like him. That's what, answered Maggie. They're hanging up signs. And her sign says, Pirates, keep cage please, return cricket. So she doesn't want the cage back. She just wants her cricket back. I'm going to find that pirate, shouted Maggie. We'll come too, said Paco. But how will we know what he looks like? What if he's bigger than us, whispered Katie. They started out. That sounds like an adventure. They looked and looked, but they couldn't find the pirate anywhere. It was getting dark. Her friends got tired and straggled behind. Maggie stopped and listened. Crickets were chirping in the night. I must find Nicky before it's too late, she said. And there's Maggie. She's got such a worried look on her face, looking for Nicky. Suddenly she came upon a treehouse she'd never seen before. There's Maggie. And here's the treehouse. She walked over softly, climbed up very quietly, and peeped in. It was the pirate's hideout. And there was the pirate holding Nicky's cage. Hey, I know you, and that's my cricket. Maggie dived into the tree house. She scuffled with the pirate, trying with all of her strength to get Nicky. Let's see if she gets Nicky. Splash. The treehouse came loose and crashed into the water. All right, so let's think here for a moment. The pirate stole Nicky. Maggie finally has found Nicky, but now her and the pirate got in a big fight. The treehouse just crashed into the water. I wonder what's going to happen. Maggie sloshed around in the dark, searching for Nicky. She saw something familiar floating by. It was the cage. She fished it out and opened it. There was Nicky, but he didn't move. Nicky's dead. He drowned, Maggie cried. She ran off with Nicky, leaving the cage behind. Maggie, she heard her friends call. She saw Paco and Katie. They ran to her. We got lost, cried Paco. It's so dark. Wow, look at you. What happened? Did you find Nicky? Asked Katie. Maggie opened her hand and showed them. Poor Nicky, cried Paco. Maggie told them everything that had happened. And the pirate is that new kid around here, she said. So he's the one, whispered Katie. They buried Nicky. Maggie wrote his name on a piece of wood and put it over the small grave. Paco picked some flowers and brought them over. Then they sang sad songs. Suddenly, the pirate appeared. I wonder how he's feeling right now. Why did you do that? Asked Maggie. We never did anything to you. It was the cage. I wanted it real bad, said the pirate. I didn't mean for the cricket to die. My old man, he never makes anything for me. He doesn't even talk to me. The pirate handed the cage to Maggie. She held it up. A beautiful sound came out. She looked in. There was a new cricket inside. They all sat down together. Nobody said anything. They listened to the new cricket singing. Crickets all around joined in. And there were the four of them sitting there in the moonlight. And that's the end. Now, at the beginning of the story, I asked you to think about what connection could you make? to another Mem Fox book that we had read this year. If you were in my class, we read a book called Tough Boris, and it involved a pirate, and a pirate who was very tough named Boris. And it also involved a little boy who was watching like this pirate did. And this little boy, though, had stowed away on the ship, and he helped the pirate through when the pirate's parrot died. So there's a little bit of a connection in there, especially where this pirate, he didn't mean to hurt Maggie's cricket Nikki, but he did try his best to make things right in the end. I hope you enjoyed this book, and I will see you later. Bye.